Hold on to your hats and glasses, because this here is the Wildest Ride podcast. Welcome back to the Wildest Ride podcast. Today we talk about HHN on both coasts. And I am your host, Brian California, and with me from Florida, where I'm pretty sure he's ready to go to sleep, Mr. Big Texas.
Hey, howdy, hey, what's up, everybody?
How's it going?
I'm not tired, but, in about another hour, I will probably be like, all right, I'm ready to go to
bed. Same here, man. Same here. I took, the longest nap of my entire life, and I'm still tired.
Ah, man. Sometimes you gotta treat yourself to those naps.
Yeah, especially on a Sunday. You got work the next day and all that.
This is a brand new format that we're trying, and I think we're gonna stick around with it. We're gonna do both video and audio, so you'll be able to catch it on YouTube and also
and on Spotify. Yeah, and I think we're gonna try to expand over to like Apple and all that too eventually. So we're gonna drop it on all the formats.
Yep. Just hope we don't get canceled before then.
Oof. I mean, yeah, we're not visually the greatest people to look at, but so we apologize ahead of time.
Speak for yourself. I'm gorgeous.
Yeah. But yeah. So a little that was a little housekeeping. I have a vlog that I did yesterday with some buddies at Disneyland, so I'm gonna drop that as kind of our episode 2 of the Wildest Ride YouTube channel. So that should be a real good time. Just parental advisory. There is a little bit of some bad words in it. Not the entire vlog. It's mostly kid friendly, but just saying. But it's a fun one, so you should definitely give it a look. And then tonight,
you hear my vlogs? They're gonna be straight PG.
Hey man, from here on out, it's all PG. We're also Russ. The podcast we did with Russ should have dropped already. So look forward to that. That one I enjoyed that one. That was a great conversation we had.
Yeah, I agree. And anytime Russ is on, it's always a good time.
Yeah, Russ, man, that guy's got some knowledge. So, and some definitely he's done some cool stuff. So
yeah, I'm trying to get Russ to go with me on opening day for Epic.
Man, that'd be if I had.
You should.
Who knows?
Dude, all right, let me stop you right here. Have you ever experienced a domestic opening theme park before?
Yes. California Adventure.
Huh?
California Adventure.
Okay, but as an adult.
No, because there hasn't been one since California Adventure.
But you can actually appreciate this one.
Yeah, so that one, you're right. This is the biggest one since we've been adults, for sure. That's the only one, to be honest, since we've been adults. So,
I was talking to a friend of mine. I was like, yo, if certain things were to fall at the same time as opening for Epic, I think I would choose Epic over whatever they have, because to me it's a big deal. Right. I've never experienced a domestic park opening, even though I know it's going to be a madhouse. I'm cool with that. I want to experience the madhouse. You know what I mean?
I think the reason why I've put it in my head that it's going to be difficult, because anytime I go to Florida, I want to make a vacation out of it, right? So I want to make a 2-week thing out of it. I'm thinking this I can probably just do a few days, whatever they're going to charge me, the package or whatever, how they've been talking about. You're going to have to do a package with IOA and Studios Park. So if they're making me do that, then I'll do maybe a 3-day thing. But I really, really want to get out there for the opening.
Yeah, dude, we should get a hotel room on property. It's 1 to 3. Dude, I feel like this, us doing a video and everything. It will be an unforgettable moment that you won't ever forget.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Something like this. Why not just take the moment?
Yeah. Seize our moment, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I've definitely thought about it, and it's something that's lingering in my head. And if I pass it up, I pass it up. There's no going back on that, right? There's
Yeah.
no there's no next year. It's only that one.
Yep. We don't know when we're gonna get another domestic park like this in the United States.
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
I'm sure Universal will be the next one that does it,
More than
and I'm
likely,
hoping, by then, I'm still like in good shape to go to a
um,
theme park.
unless Disneyland does Disneyland Forward and they call it a third gate, so
Could
that
be.
could be the next one. But
I, if, but if I had to be a betting man, all right, I'm gonna tell you this. If I, this is just like a bucket list. I want to go do Epic on opening day. Whenever Universal opens up this England park, I want to
oh
go
yeah,
there opening day too.
yep, yep.
I'm now in a spot where I'm like, you know what? Going to England is only like an 8 hour flight.
No,
I've
yeah,
been
yeah,
through worse.
yep. I
I
mean,
don't
for
know how
me,
far it would be for you.
no, for me, it's a little
8
worse.
hours for me.
It might end up having to be if we're gonna do this one together. I might have to fly to Florida for a couple days before, so it doesn't seem like a crazy flight,
Yeah.
and then we'll fly together out to England. So, speaking of that, another housekeeping thing. My buddy Scott, he lives in England, big time theme park enthusiast, roller coaster enthusiast. Is going to hop on an episode with me. We're going to talk about that one subject, the Universal UK Universal Park. So, look forward to that conversation. We'll also talk some roller coasters and theme parks that you can already do in Europe, including Disneyland Paris. So, look forward to that one. But today's episode, we're talking spooky stuff with HHN on both coasts. So
That next week.
yeah, yeah. You do an opening?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Um, we've talked about doing opening weekend. It's not. I think it's the 8th. We're gonna do Sunday. We're not gonna do opening day, but we'll do opening weekend for HHN out here.
Yeah. I'm tentatively right now. The plan is to go do the premium night, which is not considered opening. It's the day before, and to go do opening day, which is that Friday.
All right.
So right now, hopefully, nothing crazy happens in my life to where I gotta like, all right, I can't do that. But I think I can do both.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do both because like the premium night is they're capping it how many people can go.
Mm,
And all you can eat food, and the
damn.
lines are supposed to be like you should be able to get through everything.
So yeah, that would be so. That sounds just like an amazing time. So, I mean,
Yeah, I mean spending $400 probably won't be an amazing time, but okay. So I think this would be a good thing to say. Me doing the vlog, will it be worth the money at the end of the day?
yeah, man.
So
I think so.
well, we'll go. Hey, y'all will find out next week.
Yep,
But
yep.
I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good time. I
Oh,
will
yeah.
make I will make the most of it.
Well, let's talk about what you're gonna see at that said event.
All right, let's do it.
All right. There's a couple of Hollywood and both uh, Orlando have a couple of clone houses. I think it's like 4 clone houses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry that I'm looking down. I have to
Yeah,
check mine.
we have 10 houses in Orlando. Y'all have 8 houses.
Yeah, we have kind of 9. The Terra Tram is kind of a ninth one. It's not really a house, but it's
I
a
would say you could probably say more an elaborate scare zone.
right, right. Yeah, it's a elongated house slash scare zone, I guess you can call it that. Well, let's start with the first one. Something that's never been done. A Quiet Place. Silence is survival in a quiet place. So that's the tagline.
I
Um,
mean, uh, I I just saw the first. I saw the newest Quiet Place movie. That's the first one I've seen.
Right.
It sounds like something that you thought they would have did before, so I'm excited. It's
Yeah.
probably definitely hyping it up as like the marquee house of the year. So I'm kind of interested to see, like this is where you got to use all your sight, like your five senses and
Right.
stuff like that. So I'm very, very interested to see how that house is gonna go. And I bet you Universal's probably put a lot of like money and effort specifically in both if they're gonna be both LA and Orlando.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a few of them that they're big IPs for them that you can tell they're they're putting the money into it. I guess they would probably be the four marquee houses for both sides for both coasts.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, okay, so I see what the monsters look like. So you think they're gonna be like more like a puppeteer, or there's gonna be somebody in those suits?
Yeah. Even maybe even I think it's going to be a puppet, probably like a. It's more than likely going to be that, and I mean I think it'll be a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that should be cool. I'm interested in that one for sure.
Is that
Because
your most anticipated house?
oh, probably not.
I think
I'm excited for it, but it's in the top three.
my most anticipated house is not even in my is not even in my state.
Oh boy. Um, did you have any other thoughts on the Quiet Place?
No, I'm like I said, I'm intrigued. Like you're gonna definitely be using your senses. Probably more on the sound. I would say, you know what I mean. So it's gonna be cool. I'm not saying it's probably like something I'm like the most excited about, but definitely enough to there's enough meat on that bone for me.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It's not one that I like. I really heard was. I mean, I knew it was coming, but it eventually had to. Right? It's one of those that hasn't gotten a house. So,
Dude, there's one house that they haven't done that they need to do before I die. That's the Scream House.
oh yeah, that would
I
be.
know, I know. It's they've had deals in place in the past to where they've fallen through, but listen, I need that. Scream's like probably one of my that and Halloween are probably like my top two favorite horror franchises,
Right.
and I just need to walk through a Scream House before I kick the bucket.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Well, let's move over to the next big IP, I guess, which would be Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. It's cool. They've done a Ghostbusters house before, which it was fun. It's more of a
It's a
fun type of house.
it's a fun house, but I'm not that excited for it.
Yeah, I'm interested because this is going to be different. This isn't the classic Ghostbusters. This is, the new take on it. So I'm interested to see how they're going to do it. Frozen Empire. I enjoyed the movie. A lot of people gave it a so-so grade, but I had fun watching it. I think I liked the first new one. I don't know how to say that. The one that came out a couple years ago, a little more. But this one,
Okay.
this one was pretty good.
I think I probably it's going to be one of those things. I haven't seen the newest one, so I'll probably look for it out of streaming so I can
Oh yeah,
check
you
it.
definitely got to watch it. It's pretty good.
Okay.
A lot of
Yeah,
nostalgia.
I'm not a big Ghostbusters guy.
Mm.
Um, it's going to be one of those things. It's like that and Beetlejuice. Like their houses. You know what? If you're not really into like the scary stuff, and you kind of still just want to just look around, like look at cool stuff, then yeah, those are the type of houses for you. It just seems like you know what? Hey, we already had a relationship with this IP. Let's just continue working with it. I will say this, although I'm always excited for HHN because it's like it's the one thing I get excited for every year. I would say a lot of the stuff that for HHN this year is probably lackluster.
Yeah, there's nothing that's gonna blow me. But I've said that in the past, and those years are usually the ones that have kind of blown me away. just based off it's. I always think it's not the IP; it's how well they do the house.
I think the original houses are gonna have to come swinging this year.
Yeah, yeah.
If they
Again,
can do that, then yeah, I will eat crow. I'll come back here and say I was wrong.
yep,
I,
yep.
I will eat some humble pie.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you will this year, but who knows? I mean, they could hit home runs on every single house. Who knows?
They could.
Well,
That is something that totally could be on the table.
I know the
Real,
budget. I think the budget jumped up a bit for both coasts. So I think there's going to be less black hallways. So that's
I
something
will
I'm looking
say
forward to.
this. You'll probably agree. Do you think HHN has to bring like with abundance amount of money into Universal, right?
Yeah,
Because like they keep going, like kind of like with Mickey's House is scary. Oh, we're just gonna keep going further into now we're at late August that we're starting this.
yeah,
I won't
yeah.
be surprised by the start of August next year. Oh yeah, HHN.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that HHN has taken a life from itself to now that you're getting a year round set over in Vegas.
Yeah, and then they're expanding it in Tokyo too. It's a little more prominent out there too now. So
Okay,
yeah. So yeah,
okay.
no, HHN's a big deal.
Do y'all have pizza fries in Hollywood?
We don't.
Never
Um,
had
I
fries.
think we did try to do it one year, but I know that's definitely an Orlando thing for sure.
Ah, dude, have you had the pizza fries?
Never had the pizza fries, man.
Ah, dude, you gotta have the pizza fries.
Everybody tells me about the pizza fries,
You gotta have the pizza fries.
and I love pizza and I
I'm
love
gonna
fries.
probably
So,
have two things of pizza fries on opening day.
didn't they take out the place where you actually get the pizza fries, or they changed it?
No, it. Well, I have not been there since DreamWorks is open, but I want to say it's still there.
I think the building and all that's still there, but I think they rethemed it and all that.
I will say if you don't get it there, then there's another place that you can get it.
Yeah. Well, either way, I'm looking forward to the pizza fries. I've heard nothing but good
Gotta
things
get
about
the
them, and that was one goal of mine going to HHN Orlando this year. That I was like, I have to get pizza fries. That's it.
Gotta get the pizza fries, dude. I will say, Universal has been putting a lot of effort in to like what you're gonna be eating and what you'll be drinking, compared to years prior.
Hmm.
Uh, First time I did HHN was that I was. I'm not gonna say 26, even though I did do 26. I only did one day, but 27 they put they had like these signature drinks. Half of it was like an orange mixed drink, and the other half was like a purple mixed drink.
Mm.
And dude, it was like drinking like kind of like a Fanta, a orange Fanta, and a grape Fanta. Dude, I would always get trashed out of my mind on both of those things.
Ouch. I know the. So there was a time where HHN out in Hollywood, we didn't have alcohol. It was a dry
Really?
event.
Why is that?
I think the teenager problem. Kids were just
Well,
underage
we
kids were
we
getting
we had the
hammered.
same issue. Oh, so it used to be worse in Orlando. Like, okay, so 26. I want to say that you could buy like Jello shots and stuff like
Hmm.
that, but they kind of cut back on that. Now I think now they're going more for like the food, and I want to see like some of the booths have like their signature cocktail and stuff like that. But recently, they've been getting real weird with these signature cocktails. Like, I don't want bitters in my drink.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't need no, I don't need no weird stuff in my. Just give me something fun and simple.
right.
You know?
So I was when we went the year it was I think it was 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row where they didn't do alcohol, but we went the year before they brought it back. But so that year that we went that didn't have it, you can drink during the day, and we had um an after 2 o'clock pass where you can go in at to the park at 2 o'clock and then stay till HHN and all that. We drank as much as we could prior to HHN starting, and then as soon as I think it was like 6 o'clock, the bartender was like, "This is it. You can't get anything out. You can't get any more alcohol after this." So we were like taking shots and doing whatever we could.
Wow. See, I think they know it over in Orlando. That's where they're gonna make a good bit of their money.
Mm-hmm.
Is so uh I forget what a bit they call it. Like when the park is closed for the day guests,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to switch over to the HHN crowd, you get the there's like they hold you at a
Yeah.
certain place, and they have bars like right there that you could just buy drinks and stuff like that. So yeah, they're.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's gonna be the same deal. And when you're in line, they have vendors in line for you to buy alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's what I've heard. The year after, once they brought it back, they brought it back slowly. So they would have like maybe a specialty bar, and that was it. And then the year after that, they started bringing a couple of other places opened up with booze, and then they brought back the carts, and then eventually they're full blown back into having
Okay.
an event with alcohol. So, but
Oh,
yeah. Well, anyway, let's move on to the next one. There's this is also a Hollywood and Orlando house. This is Insidious, The Further.
they've done so many Insidious houses that honestly is one of those. I'm gonna do it, but I don't
Yeah.
really care.
Well, the
you
tagline
know?
is the house is not haunted, you are. So
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. Are we scary
Yeah,
actors now, or is that what's going on?
like again, like you know what? I'm hope that I can have a nice slice of humble pie and say I was wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's gonna be cool. It's just not like my excitement level is probably for that house is probably maybe a 4 out of
Okay.
10. You know,
Yeah. There's
like it's
it's
not gonna.
funny because you can. I think being HHN veterans, we can anticipate houses that are going to be poor. You know what I mean? That they're gonna kind of phone in a little bit, because it's a big IP, so they don't really have to make it a great house.
Okay, so this is a hot take. I might get a lot of crap for this one. Last year, the house I was most excited for was Stranger Things.
Hmm.
It was my least favorite house last year.
It's been a terrible house in Hollywood every year. So.
And I don't know what it was. It just to me, I didn't feel scared.
Hmm.
Nothing. I was just like, and I love that season so much of Stranger Things with
Yep.
Vecna.
That's
I
not
don't
a.
know where.
I don't think it's a hot take. I don't.
I think there's some people that love it and are probably like, "Yo, WTF."
It was definitely the worst house in Hollywood last year.
I did not care for that house at all. And you know what's funny? Every time I went with people, you know what the house they wanted to go do?
Stranger Things, of
Stranger
course,
Things.
of
And
course,
then, you
yeah.
know, I was hoping that each time that I loved it. Nope. Like it was all right, but it was definitely my least favorite house.
I see that. I see that.
I can tell you my
I'm
favorite
not
house.
hating. I'm not hating you because it was my least favorite house every year that they've had it in Hollywood. So
I tell you what my favorite house was last year
what was that?
was Field of Dragons. That house was so awesome.
Oh yeah, I've heard it. I heard it was cool.
Dude, if you have you ever watched the POV of it?
No,
When we're done with this, watch the POV of it.
I'll definitely have to.
It's so good. And like at the end, they have like a choose your own destiny. You can go through the fire side or the light side, the fire side or the ice side,
Mm.
and pretty much is whether if you see Merlin or if you see like a monster holding Merlin's head.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty
So
cool.
it would change every so often, and dude, that was the best house. Last year's, I would say that Universal had a lot of good houses. Now when I stop and think about it, they had one that was kind of like it was a blood moon house. It was like I would say kind of like a coven and stuff like that. That was
Hmm.
freaky, but in a good way. Uh, yeah.
Well, you have anything else on Insidious?
I mean, I'm gonna do
Yeah,
it.
we'll
You
try
know,
it. See
hopefully
how it
I
goes.
see something. Was it a Red Devil or something?
Yeah, yeah. So I think the good thing is that we're both going to both events, so we'll definitely do a recap show at the end of the season for both and
Yeah.
compare. But I think they're going to be so at both. So. So we'll
I
see.
will say I think that house will probably be somewhere in the mid for me. You
Yeah.
know, it'd
Okay.
definitely be in that 5 or 6 range. I think.
This next house might be the one that not maybe I'm not looking forward to the most, but I'm pretty interested in because I love the Universal Monster stuff. But Monsters Eternal Bloodlines, the all female house.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I love Universal Monsters, so that's always high up there for me.
Yep. Yep. So you got Bride of Frankenstein and Dracula's daughter and I don't know how to say her name, Saskia Van Helsing. So
Is it a descendant of Ben Helson?
yep.
Yeah, I'm excited about that house. I think the one thing that they do a really good job of is the Universal Monster houses. Like the first one they did was chef's kiss. I'd
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
give that like a 9 out of 10, if not a 10.10. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
10 out of 10. I would even say this might be another hot take that the success of the Universal Monster houses, I feel like was kind of like, could Dark Universe work? You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
I felt like Universal Monsters walked, so Dark Universe could run. And so I'm never not gonna hate those houses. Like last year's they had like the whole when you walk in, they had like the French setting with Quasi. I like it. So those are always houses that are at the top of my list.
Yeah, yeah. Anytime they do anything with Universal Monsters, yeah, it's been good.
I I hope next year we get a Creatures of the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, that would be cool. So we'll see. I'm pretty interested in this one. Bride of Frankenstein, I think, is close to my wife's heart. So,
Have you watched any of the old Universal Monster movies?
oh yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I enjoy them quite a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'll probably have
that's
to.
some old school stuff, but man, like and they're not going to be the greatest shot films of all time, but they're very man, they're just legendary, you know.
Hmm. For my other podcast, I'm definitely gonna probably have to do a deep dive into the Universal Monster movies, and go back and watch them, and just to see how well they hold up to
And what
like
and what's the
2024.
name of your other podcast? Shout it out.
Popcorn Movie Mania.
Yeah, we
Yeah, pretty
still
much.
we still have to do a few episodes because
Well, actually, we are gonna be resuming it this week. What comes out this? Oh, Channing Tatum has a movie coming out
mm,
this week that I need to go check out, and so that's
Channing
what.
Tatum has a movie coming out every week. So
You mean this is his third summer flick? So yeah,
yeah, uh-huh.
yeah, dude, Fly Me to the Moon was so good. It was so good.
Well, oh boy, he's trying to make a name for himself here. Yeah,
Hey, he said, "I'm gonna go get this bag."
yeah, yeah, yeah. Dude, Five Inches Moon was really good, and when you said let's go to the Kennedy Space Center, I'm like, let's do it. That movie got me all pumped up for it.
Oh yeah, that movie was so it did blow my expectations. I was hoping for a good movie. I was like, oh no, this is a great movie.
Yeah, yep, yep, yep. Um, well, anything else on Eternal Bloodlines?
Um, no, I think it's they're always trying to capture a unique storyline with the Universal monsters. I'm interested to
Yeah,
see how it's gonna go. So yeah, I think that'll probably be one of those things. It is the house I'm probably one of the houses I'm most excited for. So I'm sure it'll be at the top three of my list.
yeah.
It's somewhere.
It's definitely up there for me. Maybe the most anticipated. Not sure yet. I don't know. I'm trying to hype myself up on Ghostbusters, but I kind of get a feeling they're, you know, I mean, I love Ghostbusters,
It's
so
gonna be cool to look at if they could somehow capture, like, I guess you being cold, frozen, and stuff like that. Then okay.
If they have some good AC out there in Florida, we'll be all right.
Well, I would say even with the first Ghostbusters house, like it was cool to look at.
Yeah,
You know, it was kind of like one of those like you get to breathe a little bit that you're not gonna get somebody coming at you trying to scare you. Which they, I mean, in some extent they kind of were, but it was just a fun house to look at.
yeah. I know.
You know,
I don't know if they were different, the ones in Orlando and Hollywood when they had them, but the one in Hollywood is cool. I liked it. It was fun. It's just fun. I
my
think it wasn't scary at all. In any point of that house was not scary, but it was definitely
my
fun.
only thing is how many times can you go back to that well before it dries out?
Hey man, as much as you need. It was, if it's a new movie, so it's not like they're going back to the old school Ghostbusters. So, we'll see how it goes. They go to they go to dang Texas Chainsaw Massacre every year, so why not?
You ain't lying.
They go. How many um Halloween houses have we had? So
Oh, dude, they're gonna keep making Halloween houses way before we're dead and gone.
and I hope they do because they're fun. Well, the next one,
My kids,
Monst.
our kids are gonna hold this legacy of our YouTube channel.
Yep, 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 for sure. Well, let's move on real quick. Monstrous, the monsters of Latin America. Uh,
I
I
don't know
mean,
anything about Latin American monsters, so you have to lead the way.
um, so they're all like the how do you call them? Urban legends out in Latin America. Um, Honestly, they're kind of like it's the Latin American version of like Bigfoot and the Yeti and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they're just like these things that people believe in their hearts that they exist, and they're definitely mythical creatures and stuff. So I don't know, and they're pretty vicious looking. Like Latin America, like those types of urban legends are they're like the Chupacabra and all that. They're like very like vicious looking. So should be interesting. I think this
I mean,
has potential to be the scariest house.
it's something I am interested in.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say, oh, I don't care. No, I do have some interest with that. So, we'll see. You know what I mean? It's just not something I'm too familiar with.
yeah.
But it could be one of those houses that that just sneak up on you. Like, oh wow, they did a really good job with that.
I think it has the potential to be the scariest house. You know, it's one of those that they're true like scary creatures. So
Yeah, I feel you.
so we'll see. We'll see what you know. I mean, I don't have much else to say about that house, but it should be
Didn't they do
fun.
one? Didn't they do one last year at Hollywood?
Similar, but this is more of these were more like wives' tales than it were like monstrous urban legends. But it,
Okay.
it was it was Latin American theme, so
Can you kind of walk me through a little bit? So, do they have houses on both, like on the upper lot and in the lower lot?
yeah. So there's an advantage, a really big advantage to getting either an early entry pass or like a before 2 o'clock pass, or even just having an annual pass and then going to the event. Because if you can get in there before they open the gates officially to HHN, you get down to the lower lot, and there's about five. That depends on the year. 4 to 5 houses there every year. You can get those done before anybody even steps foot down there. You get it all done within either walk on or be lower than 15-minute waits. So there's definitely an advantage to having like an early entry pass, whichever one it is, doesn't really matter to Hollywood. Um, they have them. They have maybe 4 or 5 downstairs and maybe 3 or 4 upstairs, depending on the year. But
Are you getting Are you getting a frequent fear pass for Hollywood?
no, no, we're literally gonna go once.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we have so much going on during the Halloween season. I might go multiple times to Scary Farm, but not to HHN. It's just so far and it's hard to get to, and eh, getting driving back such like you're so tired, it's so late, and it's so far from where we live. so it's difficult to do. But yeah, we're probably only gonna do it once.
Okay. Okay. Does Nintendo Land stay open during Halloween Horror Nights or no?
It didn't last year. You were able to go there up until the actual event started at 7 p.m., and then they started kind of kicking you out.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like how they do Harry Potter for us. Like Harry Potter stays open,
Hmm.
but like there ain't really no. I mean, last year I know they added the Death Eaters,
Yeah,
but that was about it for like the scary being in Harry Potter, and it
right.
stayed open. So I didn't know if that
That's
was like
that's similar to uh Hollywood because we do have um we do have the like they just added the Death Eaters to Hogsmeade, so it's not, and they don't
you
have
would
houses or
think
anything there.
they would
Um,
keep open.
the
Uh,
the real unique thing about Hollywood is you go and walk the back lot. So they have houses that are literally built in the back lot,
oh, okay.
and they take you. You literally have to follow paths backstage. Hollywood is hilly, obviously, and
Hmm.
you're gonna walk a lot. The park itself isn't huge, but you're walking backstage a lot. Like to get to two or three of the houses that are backstage, you have to walk almost half a mile to get to them. It's crazy, and that's up and downhill. So
Speaking of walking half a mile, you know what I'm not gonna do next week?
what is that?
I'm not gonna wear my Adidas.
Yeah, don't
I
do
need
that.
I need to go invest in. I'm gonna go buy myself a good pair of sneakers.
I say you go the Skechers route. Never let me down at a theme park.
Oh no, no, no.
Yeah, you got to do it,
Oh,
man. You're getting to that age, bro. You're getting to that age.
oh no.
Yeah, get some on clouds
not
or
not
some
until I have the
Brooks.
first not until I have the first kid.
No, nope. I'm gonna buy you your first
Oh,
pair of Skechers, man.
when I have my first kid, there'll be the ceremony of the jean shorts,
Oh boy.
the New Balances,
Mm-hmm.
my shirt tucked in.
Yep. Yep.
But I
It's
don't have a kid, so I get to wild out.
I don't know, man. Just saying. Skechers, man. I don't know. I've been rocking them since I was 25. I don't care.
Listen, dude,
They're
they sell.
comfortable, man.
If I go to the outlets at the Nike outlets, I can get me a nice pair of shoes for $40.
You say that, but I'm telling you, man. You walk around in foam all day, you're great. You're golden. But
I'll look at it.
I'm just saying, man. Well,
I also gotta buy. I gotta go buy me some Halloween Roosevelts for next week.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely have to do that.
Yeah.
I'm slowly but surely starting to jump on that train. So
Oh yeah, dude.
I've been peeking behind that curtain, taking a
Oh,
look at some of these. Yeah.
you been on the website?
Uh huh. Uh huh. And some of these shirts are looking a little, they're looking mighty fancy. So
You know what thing I would recommend for you? Are you a big hoodie person?
yeah, I am. I am.
They have performance hoodies that are
Ooh,
pretty nice. Yeah.
I
Check.
I'm just saying, I took a look at that too. So
Oh yeah, they have. But listen, they have Disney ones that just came out. I'm like, okay. I'm waiting for my doors to come in.
okay,
So,
I
yeah,
saw that one. I saw
should
that one.
hop on it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's move on. Slaughter Cinema 2. Get ready for
that
the final
that's
cut.
Orlando exclusive, right?
Yep.
I know people like that house. I'm probably in the minority where I don't. Because all it is just what like B. They make fun of like B-rated movies and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it's it's not something I'm really that interested in.
Actually, so was the Latin American Monsters one was also exclusive to Orlando.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hell yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
the slaughter I could care less. I do know it has a following, and I know people like it. I'm just not saying I hate it. It's just not for me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know much about it. Sounds interesting, I guess. We'll see when I do it out in Orlando if I like it. Um, Not one I'm really kind of looking forward to in terms of. I mean, I'm looking forward to. To be honest, I'm looking forward to all of them, but
Yeah,
not at the top of my list for sure.
yeah. It's definitely one of those houses you're gonna do it. It's just if you have time to potentially do or what is the wait time for it. If it's a house that's like 30 minutes or less, yeah, go hop in line. But if it's something that's hitting about the hour, I will wait.
Yeah, yeah,
Until like maybe that last hour before the park closes. Because usually last hour you could probably get two or three houses knocked out right then too. There is a method to do an HHN.
Oh, I bet. I know
Without
the same thing with Hollywood. People always kind of like panic, but at the end of the night, last 2 hours, you can do anything less than 15 minutes. So,
right,
except
like
for like the Stranger Things and the bigger houses, you know.
I would immediately like if you could get that. What's that? What was it called? If you could get into the little holding pattern, I think it's like $20 or $30.
Yeah.
Get that. You're gonna knock out three houses by the time it's like 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then towards the end, you're gonna knock out two or three houses right there. So in theory, you should be able to get all the houses done, if not eight houses done. You know,
Yeah.
and if you got the freak of fear, it could be one of those things. You don't want to blow your load in the whole day.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to because I'm only going one day, but I have unlimited express for it, so I could do houses multiple times with limited wait. So I
You
don't know.
say that those express lines get out of control too.
Yeah. But as long as I'm not waiting an hour and a half, I'm okay.
Okay, so last year, I think our first house we ended up doing was probably like 8:30.
Hmm.
It was Stranger Things. We waited over an hour in the express line.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. I'll do whatever once. If it's got a long line, even an express line, I only need to do it once. But
Yeah,
if I can do a house multiple times, especially one that I enjoyed, I'm definitely looking forward to that for sure. First time doing Orlando, so I'm pretty pumped up for it, and I had to do express. There's no way there's no other way I could have done it.
yeah, no, for sure.
Let's move on to the next one. This one looks
Whew.
interesting because I think this one has the potential to be like the most aesthetically pleasing. The museum, deadly exhibits.
Okay, I
Um,
think I think they did a deadly exhibits a few years ago. I'm not too
hmm.
mistaken. And if they did, that's what I'm thinking about. Oh, it's gonna be a dope house.
Yeah, yeah. So it's I guess it's like folklore museum stuff. Like I guess it's like you're going through a museum. There's exhibits and they come to life type deal. So
Hey, I'm about it. I'm
the
about it. About
the tagline: "The relic will leave you in ruins." I
it. A
like
little
it.
cheesy, but I'm about
I
it.
like it. I like it. This I'm interested in this one. This one
we
I'm
gonna we gonna be in there like collard greens and neck bone juice.
this is in my top three of exclusive Orlando houses. So I'm
Okay.
pretty excited for it.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's gonna be a dope house. That's something I'm probably lean more like. Okay, I'm excited for that one.
Right. All right. Um. Yeah. The next one. I don't know anything about this, but I get Major Sweets Candy Factory. Is this
Uh, it kind of reminds me of like those Alice in Wonderland, like those fairy tale houses, stuff like that. I mean,
is it
they'll
supposed to
probably.
be like a haunted Willy Wonka or something?
Oh, is it supposed to make fun of the that Willy Wonka experience that happened earlier in the year?
I think so. You're chaperoning a field trip to a candy factory when free samples transform into kids' candy created killers.
Nah, I'm not that great. I'm not that
Yeah,
excited. Let
seems
me ask you a question.
seems cheesy, but
Do you like candy corn?
no. Well,
Right.
okay, hold on. I don't hate it, but I don't go crazy for it.
What's
And
your
I
favorite Halloween candy?
I mean, my favorite Halloween candy is my favorite candy all the way around. It's Reese's. So
Oh, the Halloween pumpkins.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, I'm assuming you're going to talk about the candy corn ice cream.
No, no.
Don't they have a candy corn soft serve at HHN?
Mm-mm.
No.
They had one at Mickey's Not So Scary a
Okay,
few
that's what it
like years
was. I
ago.
knew one of the Orlando parks had that. So
Yeah. Are you doing Not So Scary this year?
okay. So we talked about it. We were gonna jump on it. Both there's only two nights that are open. There's only two nights that are happening while we're there, and they're both sold out.
Oh.
So yeah, and they both would have been over. They would both would have been $200. So we probably were not gonna do that.
You should definitely do a Not So Scary one of these
We
days.
want to. We want to. It's on our bucket list of theme park things to do for sure.
I
Maybe
think
next year or the year after we'll probably do. We'll probably get there in September and then try
I
to
think
do
that's
do that.
the best thing that Disney does is
Really,
the Halloween parties.
really.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I definitely, I'm very interested in the free snacks and stuff. So
Ah, dude, you can go trick or treating as an adult. Can't beat it.
yep, yep. So
Have you ever been to a Christmas party?
no, I've never. I know you said there was one happening when we're out there. So
I think it's no, this is not Jollywood. It's Mickey's Christmas.
hmm
We should definitely go.
it's but I don't know if what day was. I think you said it was the ninth, but I'm flying out that night. I think I'm flying back home that night. If it's the eighth, then I we might be down.
Let me look.
Well, while you look, let's move on to the next one really quick. Uh, Goblin Feast. I'm assuming this is a. I don't even know what this would be. Enter a goblin village where feast is being prepared for goblins, orcs, hobgoblins, and witches, and you're the main course. Oof.
I'm actually kind of low key excited about that house.
Yeah, this seems fun. I've
Yeah,
always I've always wanted to be eaten by goblins. So.
that seems like that. For some reason, I'm just thinking in the back of my head the Scarecrow house they had
hmm
back in 27, and that house was really dope. So I think that's gonna be something that's gonna be very cool.
And it's something that creep like goblins like when we went to when we did Gringotts and we walked in and they had the goblins that are right there at the bank. Like they freak me out, man. Like this house might freak me out a little bit. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
and also like I'm a big Green Goblin fan,
Mm.
so yeah, I'm that's right up in my alley. The Mickey's Not So Scary first day is November 8th.
Oh, we might have to do it.
Yeah.
We might
Well,
have
we're
to
gonna
do
do
it.
it. I need to hop on it soon. All
Let's look into it when we
right.
hop off. We'll look into it. But yep, Goblin Feast. Hopefully we get a Willem Dafoe um, cameo or something here.
Oh no, I want the guy from the Amazing Spider-Man.
Ah, uh, okay. Here, let's move on to this next one. Oh, you got anything else on Goblin's Feast?
Oh no, I'm excited. It's something that I'm definitely looking forward to.
Yeah, it looks interesting. Looks like it's gonna creep me out, so should be fun. Um, Next one is triplets of horror. The party, the party's over, and so are you. You're invited to the Barmy triplets birthday celebration, but their kind of party involves creating a murderous. What does that say? Recreating the murders of their entire family. Wow. So I guess they're evil triplets that have murdered their entire family, and we're next.
Sounds dark.
Sounds interesting.
See that house, I don't really have an opinion on. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, okay, so there's only one thing to do. Just go do it. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Huh. It could be. There's some houses. I'm telling you, every year there's a house like that that you just don't expect, and boom, it hits.
And to me, it kind of reminds me a lot of the Slaughter Cinema,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I can see that.
when you do it, they could be two completely different houses,
Yeah,
which they're
yeah,
probably gonna be. But I don't know. Like I said, this year there's a lot of. I'm more excited about Hollywood than I am about Orlando. To be honest with you, I'm gonna get a frequent fear pass for Orlando because that's the thing to do in Orlando.
right.
You know? But like the houses I'm most excited for are probably in Hollywood.
Okay. Um, I got to go through that list right now. Well, we can talk about that. That was the last house for Orlando.
Okay, do we
That,
want to touch into the scare zones real
yeah,
quick?
let's go to the scare zones real quick because there's one that I'm excited for.
Okay.
So you have the list on of the scare zones.
Yeah. Give me one moment.
Let's go through those. But yeah, I think the reason I think I'm more excited for Orlando because I've never done it. Just doing the event, I'm excited for overall. The houses, yeah, they're okay. They seem like they're gonna be all right. I don't think it's gonna be the strongest year, um,
Yeah, I agree.
but I think I'm just gonna try to have a really good time anyway. You know.
The way I look at it is all right, so 2020, we didn't really have a not so scary. I mean, not so scary. We didn't have an HHN.
Hmm.
I think at the end they decided, hey, we'll do like two or three houses, as open to all guests. But not having HHN sucked.
Yeah,
So if I could go with having HHN, not having HHN, even if it's a bad HHN, I'm going to take that over having no HHN at all.
I think the experience alone is fun enough. Where you know what I
It's
mean.
just it's the atmosphere.
Hmm.
It's the whole experience. Like you said, it's one of the best things you could do. You
Yeah,
know, and HHN has taken a life of its own, and so it's something I can't wait. So like
yeah,
when the moment you walk in and you smell the fog and
yep.
you eat those pizza fries, it's gonna be all right.
That's why I'm excited for you to go do Scary Farm because I think they up the ante when it comes to like fog and all that stuff. They go hard. So
Okay.
their scare zones I think are
Well,
hands down
so
better than anything Orlando can do.
what would be cool is if that Friday that I'm coming, if you
Hmm.
could try to see maybe you could switch your schedule so we could both do Scary Farm.
That's difficult. But I might be feeling a little sick that day, so we'll see.
My man. So going on to the scare zones, we have Torture Fair, and it says, "Come one, come all." To Sinister's Renaissance Fair with the devious theme of medieval tortures. Okay, that sounds kind of cool.
Yep.
Brave the glorious, gory homemade torture devices till you put out of your misery. So it looks like a lot of people are going to get
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Does it say where that one is? That going to be the Sunset one or the Hollywood Boulevard one?
This is Orlando.
No, I know, but I mean, like, is it where's does it say where the area is going to be at?
Oh no,
No. Okay.
it
Um.
doesn't. That
What?
sounds cool.
Yeah.
I'm about that. So, scare zones for me are always. We've had some iconic scare zones in the past.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
believe it or not, Purge. The Purge was a really good one that we had.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime they do like the vamp scare zones, so like last year's they were like that one was like took place in like the I want to say it was like the 60s or something, but it tied
Mm-hmm.
into the overall story of our HHN was with Dr. Oddfellow. And if you like look real closely like into like the vampires, you can see like it had like Dr. Oddfellow's like symbol and stuff like that. And so like it was cool.
Yeah.
And then the one that they did, I want to say it was like a vamp prom night or something. It was very cool. It was like it
Isn't
was
that the one that's like Vamp 80 and Vamp 90 or Vamp 70 something like that?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
one of those like you could probably stay in that scare zone for probably like multiple hours. It
Yeah.
just
See, the Hollywood has some weird scare zones. They don't really do a good job with scare zones out in Hollywood. The ones that they used to do they used to have one where you have to walk through a tunnel, because they had houses that were truly like on in the back lot, like you'd literally be walking the tram tour like pathway, and you have to go through a tunnel that leads under some offices to get to the other side of the back lot. And in that, they made a scare zone with strobe lights and like dudes. It was dark, you couldn't see anything, and all of a sudden there's a guy right in front of you with an axe or something. That one was probably the coolest ones that they've ever done, but they don't do it anymore because they don't do that. They don't make houses in that part of the back lot anymore. So, but ever since, they haven't really had a good one since those. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to Orlando's because I don't really get some good scare zones out here.
Yeah. Another good, I feel like an iconic scare zone was Trick or Treat.
Oh
They
yeah,
did,
yeah,
they
yeah.
do Trick or Treat scare zone. That was really cool. Like I said, if you get a chance, watch a POV video of that one.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that it actually made me go watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those like it's for some reason Sam has a cult following.
Yeah.
I mean, because he does look, I guess, adorable in a sadistic way.
Yeah. Except not really. I mean, he's got a sack on his
Yeah.
head, but whatever. I don't know.
And so it was funny. You'll notice, like, if the house is very, like, the scare zone is very popular, the following year they'll turn it into an actual house. So
Mm.
that's what they did with Trick or Treat, and they did something similar with Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So for us, it was a scare zone, and then the following year it was a legit house.
That's cool. Yeah. So I mean, I would have loved to see and do that one. Do they still have that dance stage show?
I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
But yeah. That's something that's probably never going away.
Oh, okay. All right.
The next scare zone is Swamp of the Undead,
That's the
and
one I'm looking forward to.
in, in backwaters, Louisiana. You
Uh huh.
unwittingly wander onto a private property where you're swamped by zombies born from bodies of other trespassers who were killed and dumped in a nearby bog.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna see some
Listen,
gators.
no, what I really need is some people talking in some Cajun accents.
That's what I'm talking about. Shoot them.
where, where I can't understand a word they just said.
Yeah. I don't know. Going to the tree shaker right there. Oh man. Yeah. I love watching like gator hunters or whatever. Um.
Ah, if I could have like 10 people talking like Gambit,
Yeah.
sign me.
That's what I'm talking about. Here, I'll go shoot them right here. Man. We don't talk about.
Where they mix in a little bit of Creole French, I'm
Uh
like, what
huh.
the hell did he
Uh
just
huh.
said?
I love it. I love it, man. Have
I
you ever
do.
seen gator hunters or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
When
love
I
them.
used to when I used to work at Disney and the people from Louisiana would come down for like their holiday
Yeah.
for like Mardi Gras, dude, they would talk so like their dialect just threw me off. I'm just like you ever hear like the Nintendo do 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 do?
Yeah.
That's what was just going in my head. Question mark, question mark, question
That's
mark.
hilarious. Yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah, so
that's
that's gonna be it could be cool.
I think that's the one
Uh
I'm looking forward to the most. That one seems really cool.
we have demon queens get caught in the unworldly hellscape ripped from the darkest corner of your mind. Four merciless queen loyal to a surreal rule, surrounded by hordes of uh, fanatical followers.
So now are these drag queens? That's what it sounds like.
So okay, in years past they did like a runway,
Uh-huh.
like scare zone. So I'm thinking that's what it seems like.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of leaning towards here, where it's gonna
Yeah,
be scary drag queens coming at you.
could be.
Just sounds like going to normal Hollywood to me.
And then
That's a
we
night
got
out. That's a night out in Hollywood, man. That's all it is.
I don't live in Hollywood, so
Don't ever live in Hollywood, man. Don't even go to Hollywood. How about
I
that?
don't know. Hollywood's a scary place.
It's a scary place, man. It's different. The people out there are just different, dude. I'm telling you.
I went to Hollywood one time and I was like, yo, I don't know about if I should be here.
I'm telling you that Hollywood is where the weirdos from around the country go to live. That's where they go. All the weirdos, every single one of them from every state, just end up moving to Hollywood. That's it. That's how it is.
Yeah, I don't know what the Demon Queens. I'm sure it's gonna be some type of runway type of stuff, so we'll see.
Yeah,
Could
sounds
be cool,
interesting. Yeah, could be
you
cool.
know. I say it like this, if people want to do drag, that's their business. I have no problem with it.
I'm not gonna lie, I have a buddy that does it. So I've known him since I don't know, since I was young. So
That's your business, and
yep,
I'm sure it's gonna be cool.
yeah, yep.
So the next thing that we have is the duality of fear. As soon as you enter the gates of so it's gonna be right when you enter.
Hmm.
Uh, you must choose a path: follow sinister, the magnification of visceral horror, or follow surreal, the incarnation of unearthly terror. That's gonna be cool.
So you got to choose a side, go through each one. Well,
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds
so
cool.
so we're definitely gonna have to do that multiple times for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then last, you got Enter the Blumhouse, escape a
Ugh.
terrible gauntlet of Blumhouse characters. Uh,
I'm done with Blumhouse, man. I'm not gonna lie.
hey, isn't Blumhouse part of y'all's terror
Then
trail?
that's literally what I yeah. That's the first thing I was gonna talk
So it's
about.
pretty much our scare zone is your terror trail.
I guess I'm tired of it. I'm like Blumhouse to me is overrated, and
Oh yeah,
and it's just like none of that stuff scares me, and it's just like they've done like Black Phone and all that. They've done like all those like houses out here in Hollywood, and they just haven't worked out. So, but
yeah, for sure.
what was that the last scare zone for Orlando?
Yeah, and
Okay.
so other things that are going on, we do have a nighttime. We do have a like Brian was saying, we do have a dance show.
I'm
Let
interested in
me.
that.
It's a nightmare fuel nocturnal circus. Step
Okay.
right inside to a dark circus, a new nightmare that carries out with sinister curse. Get trapped in a thrilling spectral of pyro and uh yeah, so it's gonna be pretty cool. And apparently, some of the hotels are gonna be themed in the lobbies, and they're gonna have specialty cocktails as well.
Okay. Okay. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
That'd be fun
you
for
want to
sure.
get into the rest of the houses that for California?
Yeah, we could start with the Terror Tram. Looks the Terror Tram used to be really good. Like it used to be one of those things I looked forward to.
Yeah,
Now it's kind of one of those things you do, and you're like, okay, we did it. It's just kind of a half a mile of walking, and not much going on. Um, the problem with them is that they're so open that you can anticipate everything, and they really don't put too much. So what happens is the way they usually do it every year is you get on the tram, you get off in the back lot where like the Bates Motel's at, and then you go up towards the Bates Motel. They do like a little scare zone, like slash house in that area, and people are jumping out and stuff. But you can see them coming like a mile away because they group you with your tram, and there's just so many people going through that area at one time. It's just kind of just too much going on. Then you got to walk up a hill to where the Psycho House is at, and then it's a photo op. You can take a picture with Norman Bates, or you can just keep walking. It doesn't matter. Um, and then they go through the disaster area where the plane is, the crash plane, the plane scene is at,
yeah,
and then they build a house kind of trail, like scare trail there, and it's the same thing. It's kind of just anticipated scares. You see them coming a mile away. So what it is really just a lot of themed hiking. I guess it's what it really is. Lately, last year they let you go through the what's the Key and Peele one?
nope.
The yeah, they let you go through the Nope set, and then so they did all that. It was cool. Like it's interesting. It's just a lot of walking. So if You do that during, you kind of want to do that at the beginning of the day, but at the same time, at the beginning of the day, the tram tour is probably like an hour wait. At the end of the day, you're going to be tired. There's no wait for it, but you're going to be so tired that you're going to hate yourself for doing it. So it's kind of one of those catch 22s. Do you want to wait for it and do it when you're fresh, or do you want to do it at night when it's super dark and it's probably better, but you're going to be so tired and you're going to be walking uphill for a half a mile?
Yeah.
You know, tram tours. The scare tram. It is what it is. This year, it being Blumhouse, it might be a little scarier. Who knows? Um, I'm hoping they make it a little more interesting. I'll definitely do it. I'm not going to pass it up. But if
So do they have like a specific storyline with the tram tour? With the horror tram tour?
yeah, so every
So
year,
like, are they going through like, for instance, am I going to be seeing Jaws?
no, no,
And
no, no. You don't.
okay,
So you're not even doing a tram tour. So essentially, it's just all you're doing is it's a transportation to the bottom of the lot.
okay,
Really, what it is. So you get off of it in the middle, and then you just do you walk, and then you hike uphill, and then you on the other side is where you load back onto the tram, and then you go right back to the main park. So there's
okay.
nothing really that happens on the tram while you're sitting on the tram. It's more of a transportation thing. The storyline really every year they change it. So a couple years ago was the clown. Remember the clowns that used to be like the social media clowns that were being seen everywhere. So
Yeah.
that was kind of like, oh, there's crazy clowns on the back lot. That was kind of the storyline. And this year, I guess the Blumhouse thing, we'll see how they turn that into a tram story. But yeah, every year they have some type of storyline, but they really don't follow it. They kind of just have random scare zones throughout the back lot. So I don't know. It is what it is. I I would say do it just because it's something to do. But I wouldn't say it's something that you have to do. I wouldn't say it would ruin your night if you didn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's something unique to Hollywood. You're walking these iconic sets, so I think that's the coolest part about it is that you're walking these iconic sets. That's kind of really it. Yep. So that's the tram tour. That's Blumhouse this year. It's going to be themed to Blumhouse. So Megan and all that stuff. You're going to see the Megans. I'm assuming. Every year, they have like so when you get off the tram, they have like a little thing ceremony that they do when you're getting about to get off of it. So like it's either a bunch of clowns running to you or I don't know. Depends on the year. A couple years ago it was like bugs. So like it was bug themed. Like so they had like these mutant bugs. Um, they had those guys. I think that's what it was last year. It was like an exterminator thing. And then so I'm assuming the Megans are going to be the first thing when you get off the tram. It's just gonna be a bunch of Megans running at you. But yeah, so should be cool. Should be all right. And then we have the few clone houses. So Quiet Place, Ghostbusters, and Insidious. We already talked about those. But oh, and Eternal Bloodlines. So there's a few of them that we really don't have to talk about. They should be. I, Usually they're not clones of the ones in Orlando, so they're going to be different enough to where you're going to want to do them in both coasts. But I mean, they're essentially the same though. Um,
Yeah.
I think this is the one that you're talking about. The one that I have here next is the one that I think you're most looking forward to, which is the Weekend Nightmare
Oh hell
Trilogy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh hell yes.
yeah, okay,
I I love the weekend.
yeah. Though you guys had the house 2 years ago.
It was so good.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
but if I had to make my top 10 favorite houses of all time, the weekend would probably be in my top three.
yeah. It was good for us too. We really enjoyed it out here. We uh, it was so good that the merch sold out every day within the
See,
first hour.
I missed out on the merch last time, and that's why I was like, I need to go this year so I can go get me a weekend hoodie.
Yeah. So when we're there, if I see the merch, let me know if you want it, and I'll get it for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that one I'm really looking forward to. My wife loves the weekend, and she loved the weekend house. She loved the merch.
Have you have you
So
ever seen that segment on American Dad where it's the weekend on there?
no, never seen it.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Pretty much, I forget what the daughter's name is, but she's trying to sleep with the weekend.
What is her name? Leanne? No, that's the wife.
I
Uh,
forget her name, but the weekend comes out and says, "Well, like I'm a virgin," and he
uh
goes into like a song like "I'm a virgin, never got close enough."
that's hilarious.
It's so good. I love the weekend. Kind
Yeah.
of, kind of
Yep.
wish I would have went to his concerts that he had.
Oh,
I heard,
we have.
I heard he tore up SoFi.
Yeah. 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 Well.
I will forget for that terrible TV show he had on HBO Max.
Yeah. Well,
We don't talk
it
about.
should be fun because his music's great and the theme is gonna be cool. So
I wish they would do more stuff like that.
yeah. Yeah. Um.
Like, if there was another like big celebrity that wanted to have his own or her have their own version of a HHN house, like if Lady Gaga, for instance, wanted one,
Yeah.
hell yeah, I would want to go to that.
Yeah. It'd be fun. It'd be fun. There's a few of them that you think you'd be like a David Bowie house or something. Like
Sign me up.
yeah. Yeah. Well, the next one.
Slipknot or something. Sign me up.
Hey, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Well, the next one that's exclusive to Hollywood, it got announced. I think you saw the announcement for it. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Legacy of
You know,
Leatherface.
it's just crazy, right? It's exclusive, right, for
Hmm.
y'all.
Hmm.
I will not be doing that house
Why is
because
that?
I don't like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Is
houses.
it because you're from Texas?
Yes, smell funky, and
Yeah.
I'm legitly
Oh,
terrified of Leatherface.
and you say that they smell funky, right? Well, they're doubling down on the smell this year.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, because guess what?
You'll have to
You're going through the slaughterhouse.
you'll have to do it and let me know how it is.
I'll
But
do it.
okay.
I don't like the smells either. If I've had a couple of drinks in me, I might be puking all over the floor. But um, no, I'll definitely do it because it
I
seems
tell you that
interesting. So,
if he's cupping up like some type of food, I'll try that.
okay.
You give some, hey, some, I try some Leatherface chili.
What if we got you like some nose plugs and then we went?
I still don't want to do
Oh
it.
man, I think this is gonna be a sleeper hit, dude.
You know what? For the simple fact that they're doing all versions of Leatherface and like the Texas Chainsaw, I think that's cool. That's
Yeah,
unique. You know.
I think it's
So
gonna. I think it really is gonna be a sleeper hit. A lot of people don't like the Texas chainsaw houses from the past, but I think this one they're gonna do really really well because it's a
yeah.
unique storyline. So they're creating scenes that you've never seen before.
Okay.
You know, so
Well,
that
I
should be
I
fun.
never will see it. So there you go.
I might have to like lie to you and be like, this is not the Texas Chainsaw House. I promise.
What would be cool, and we're still early into our infancy of our YouTube channel. But once we get media, we'll be able to do like the first week of taking videos,
Hmm.
of, like the scare zone, of like the houses and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. Do they let you film in Orlando? The houses?
No.
No, they let you film
So,
in Hollywood. They let you.
so the first week you have to be part of media.
Right.
And then you have like a pretty much a media credentials,
Hmm.
and the attendants will let you film. But like say for instance, if I try filming, they'll say you can't film.
Yeah, we got to get on that media list, man. So,
Yeah, gotta get on the media list for a lot of things.
yes, we do.
Also, we need to get some sponsorships. Blue Chews, you hear me?
Oh boy. Today's episode is sponsored by Pringles.
I'll take it.
Hey, why not?
I
I just looked up and I saw a Pringle can, so that's why. Sour cream and onion. That's the flavor of the week. Um, we have okay. So I lied. We have a kind of a cloned house. Another one. Well, we have monstrous, but it's monstrous too. So you guys have just monstrous, and we have monstrous too. So I'm assuming we had this house last year or the year before. I can't remember. Um, I don't remember it. That's the crazy part about it. But they're different monsters at each house, so that's gonna be cool for me and you because we're gonna be able to go through both of them, and they're different monsters, and it's gonna be different houses. Essentially the same premise. They're both Latin America, but I don't know. This one's monstrous too, so we'll see what that's all about. I don't
Oh,
remember monsters from years past, so I don't know why. It just doesn't connect.
yeah, it'd be something that we could compare and contrast
Yeah.
for sure.
Um. Well, the next, I think this is, yep, the last one exclusive to Hollywood is Dead Exposure, Death Valley, which is
I think
a,
they did something like that at Orlando.
yeah,
Which in that case, if what I'm thinking it was a okay to good house.
yeah. Zombies are hit or miss, I suppose. It depends on what you how you do it. I'm all about the set pieces. If the set pieces are cool and the scares are good, I can care what less what the IP is. Um, this one is like a nuclear fallout type deal. So it's nuclear fallout like zombies thing. So it should be cool looking, at least aesthetic wise. I don't know about scary because I don't really think any houses in HHN are ever scary. So that I go there for what the houses look like aesthetically. Um, lately, Hollywood's been doing the black hallway thing a lot more, and it's been annoying me. Uh, they just kind of like set piece, black hallway, set piece, black hallway. I need more of a seamless thing, but we'll see how they do this one. I think this has a potential to be one that is seamless because you could just put like you know a bunch of containers and stuff everywhere.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, that was the last one for Hollywood. They only have 8 this year plus the Terror Tram.
Well, there's one thing that you're missing that I
What,
really want you to talk about:
what is that?
the Purge.
Is that a scare zone?
No, it looks like that. Is that taking place in Waterworld stage?
Oh, yeah. Hold on, because I gotta look that up because they did that a couple years ago or last year. Was it last year? Let me see. I don't know, but Hollywood never does a purge well.
You don't think so?
No, they never. The Purge, Dangerous Waters. Oh, it's gonna be a stunt show.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be Waterworld, but Purge themed. So,
Hell yeah, sign me
all right,
up.
yeah, we'll definitely do that. Usually, it's weird because usually they have a house where Waterworld is at. So it's kind of weird that they're not gonna have a house there. So I'm kind of interested on where they're adding a house to, like what section they're gonna add a house to. Um, if they're because that's usually one of their bigger houses. They have some of their longer houses are done through like you have to stand in line through the Waterworld stage and all that. Um, so we'll see how this works out. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to. We're definitely gonna have to catch that show. The reason I think they added this show was because they every year they had Jabberwockies. Um, they had the dance show, but they tore down that theater for back for Fast and Furious coaster. So that doesn't exist anymore. So I'm assuming they needed a show, so they're doing a purge stunt show. So that's fun.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, yeah. I I'm game. I'm down to watch it.
You want to get into the scare zones that are in Hollywood?
Yeah. So we have 4 of them. I know that one of them is the Luchadors Monsterosos.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I'm a wrestling fan, so it has to be cool, right?
You know, if they could actually get Rey Mysterio to
Yeah, man. Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara. What's the one that's leaving AEW?
oh, Penta,
Pent. Yeah.
the
So,
Lucha Bros.
uh-huh. That should be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, give me some Dark Penta.
Yeah. The next one looks kind of silly. Murder of Crows. Um, you foolishly ventured into a massive crow's nest. Now the fearsome flock will descend upon you and peck your bones clean. Sounds
Who in the blue hell came up with that?
uh some guy that's getting fired after the season's over. So what I'm imagining is gonna happen is we're gonna get this is where the stilt walkers are going. Every year we have a scare zone with stilt walkers, and I'm assuming this is gonna be it.
Yeah, my I can skip through that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna walk through it and we'll see how it goes. The next one is Chainsaw Punks. Uh, get revved up for your night of terror. As soon as you enter, chainsaw welding punk rockers with masks and mohawks will close in on you.
Is that where they normally do like the Simpsons and stuff like that?
I don't know where this is going. I, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure where any of these are at, so we'll see. We'll see where this goes. But I mean, chainsaws, right? They're a staple of any HHN, so or any scare zone, anywhere. So they're loud and they make noise and they scare people. So yeah, should be cool. Bunch of punk rockers with chainsaw guitars.
You know, it'd be cool. Now we're getting off the rails here.
Mm-hmm.
If they ever wanted to do a Mortal Kombat house.
Man, that's gonna be an episode. We're gonna come. We got to come up with IPs that should be houses at
Well, so
HHN.
you know it's funny that didn't they one year Warner Brothers try doing an HHN?
I don't remember. I know they've had event like Halloween events, but I don't know if they did an HHN.
They
Like,
did one year, I want to say, because they had a Friday the 13th house, they had an It house, and then they did the DC villains. Like you're going in Arkham
man,
Asylum.
I don't know. I don't remember that. If I would have seen that, I would have gone to it.
Look it up. I
Okay,
know it's a thing.
okay.
How
There
do I
should.
know this, Brian?
I don't know. You're a spooky dude, man. But
Only
the
spooky stuff I do is in the restroom.
oh boy, spooky dookies, man, spooky dookies all day. And after two pizza fries, you're gonna have a lot of spooky dookies that day.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna be tearing up some restroom.
Oh boy. Go to Hogsmeade. You get Myrtling Myrtle or whatever her name is yelling at you.
Thankfully, we don't have any bidets.
Oh yeah. Um. All right. Skull Lords is the last scare zone. Um. All hail the royal court of the undead, with Gothic kings and queens reign. Beware, cross into the what does that say? Spectral kingdom at your own peril.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, yeah. Skeleton themed scare zone. Should be cool. Um, None of
Yeah.
these really stand out to me. Luchador, aside from the Luchador one, but that's just because I'm a wrestling fan, you know. But none of these really seem like they're going to be all that overly interesting. But who knows? You know, one of them might blow us away.
Exactly.
Yep, yep. It all depends on the actors, the time you walk through them, and there's a lot of factors into what makes a good zone and a good house,
Yeah.
especially at HHN. I've had some good runs through some houses that people said are poor. I've had some really bad runs through some houses that people have praised. So, um, I try to, I really try every season to do them multiple times to get different experiences. But this year I'm probably only going to do them once, so we'll see how they turn out.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Um,
Uh,
but
Is
yeah.
there anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
No. Are there any other scare events that you think you're gonna do out in Orlando?
I do want to go to Busch Gardens. I want to try that once,
Okay.
and I want. I think SeaWorld does something else. I was actually going to look into to see what was it like the Orlando, Tampa area to see
Hmm.
what I can get into because I want to. I want to try to cover as much scare stuff this fall.
Yeah, we
I also want,
out here in California we have a ton.
yeah, I want to do the Queen Mary stuff.
Yeah, so that one is not. So last year it was Shaq bought that whole event and turned it into like Shacktoberfest or whatever it was. Not good, very bad, very bad. The one that you when it was Dark Harbor, um, that event was crazy good because you would actually go into the ship and they had a scare zone in the boiler room of that ship. Man, it was. Uh, I wish they would go back to doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, I'm excited for the fall. I think fall time is the best time for just
Mm-hmm.
theme parks in general.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because like whether it's Food and Wine at Epcot, you got Mickey's Not So Scary at Magic Kingdom, you got Oogie Boogies at DCA, and you got just the decor that's over at Disneyland and all the overlays that they do
Mm-hmm.
at Disneyland. Whether if it's Holiday Mansion, this abomination, Ghost Space Mountain.
Yeah, Ghostly Galaxy.
I hate
It's brutal.
it.
I agree. It's brutal. Um,
uh, it's just overall, it's just a cool thing to experience.
mm-hmm.
You know, uh, a lot of people they would say Halloween's probably their favorite holiday. I would say it's probably my second.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna. But Sam, like, if I don't go in September, I will definitely go in October.
Okay.
We'll make my way at some point to Cali. I'm hoping in September because I really want to catch the Astros
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
in San Diego, and I would think it would be cool too. The While we're doing theme parks, I think it would be cool to also do ballparks,
Yeah,
tours of
yeah, yeah.
ballparks. So I want to do stuff like that. So I want to get San Diego's, and I think I have a weekend trip in Houston to have to take in September. So
Okay.
I'm probably gonna go to Minute Maid, and I'll do a tour of Minute Maid.
That'd be
So
fun. Yeah.
I got a lot of content for this channel. It's just waiting for the right time.
Yep, same here. I guess we can do the closing out housekeeping. Again, I shot a vlog yesterday. That'll be out tonight. Or maybe it should. Well, by the time this comes out, it's already out. Um, the one with Russ that's going to be out by the time this is out. So give those two a look see, and I think those are going to be those are two really enjoyable things, pieces of content that we've created. The one with Russ is great because it he was there. He experienced it all. You were at D23. You know we watched the panels together. So um, that it was a good conversation. And then yesterday it was just me hanging out with some friends at Disneyland, and that's always a good time. So
Yeah,
there are a lot of laughs. So those two, check those out. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be posting a
please,
lot of
please
shorts and
subscribe
stuff.
to our channel on Spotify as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The more people that we can get subscribed to YouTube and Spotify, that
I just went dark.
that help us out tremendously to the point that we can put back into the channel. So if you can like this video, follow us on YouTube. If you can share this video,
Hmm.
anything that you can do, it'd be a big help for us because we're still brand new to this and we just want to grow and just continue getting better at this.
Yep, yep. We're still actually. You can tell there's certain parts of this we're still kind of nervous with doing it, but we have a true, like I say every time, we have a true passion for it. So
Yes.
like it's one of those things that we really really love. Not just
I would
Disney
say
but every
I
the
don't
theme
think that
parks in
many
general.
people do a vlog and a podcast at the same time on theme park stuff. So
No, so this will be the pilot YouTube episode of the podcast. So um, that should be fun. And here going forward, you're gonna be able to see all of them on YouTube as well as and hear them on Spotify. But yeah.
sure.
So that's the housekeeping. That's the end of it. You have anything else scary wise?
We do have some fun videos coming up. I just discussed one with him earlier today that I think that's going to be in the works next week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited about.
Yep. We
You
have some
know,
history stuff that we've been talking about doing. So I know some of you like the history of the roller coaster stuff. So Disney history, whatever. We're going to be doing a lot of that coming up. We're going to be pumping a ton of episodes out. Also, if you're wrestling fans, our wrestling podcast will be debuting pretty soon. So there's a lot. There's a lot coming down the pipe. You're going to be seeing our faces a
yeah,
lot, which is
yeah. We
I don't
have
know
a
if that's a
wrestling
good thing, but
podcast. We got a movie podcast. Yeah,
yep,
we're gonna be very busy,
yep,
but it's gonna be fun and it's gonna be rewarding.
definitely. We love talking, and we love talking about what all of our hobbies and things that we do. So, um, yeah. So jump on the train. Also, we're still going to be doing giveaways and stuff. So I was supposed to do one with my first vlog, but that kind of got sidetracked on that. But I'll definitely do one on my next one. So um, look forward to that.
Yep.
But if you ain't got anything else, man, we're gonna get
Nope.
out
I'm
of here.
about to go hit the bed.
That sounds good, man. That sounds good. You deserve it. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of the Wildest Ride podcast and YouTube channel. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Wildest Ride podcast. Please follow us on Facebook and on YouTube for the latest content. And make sure you subscribe on Spotify so you don't miss any of our latest episodes. And I hope to see you back here real soon.